Zoom, zoom, like a race car flight, but it ain't a car, it's a super fast tortoise going the speed of light, breaking all the
Even in space, a group of tortoises is called a creep. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise Morning Coffee Show.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Yeah.
Tortoise hands.
Tortoise hands. Good morning. What a wonderful day it is in the neighborhood. It's wonderful. Wonderful. It is Thursday. We're one day from that Friday, my friends. One day.
Thursday,
Yeah, buddy.
it's just Friday Eve.
Friday Eve.
There you go.
All right. But hey, it's awesome. It's cool. Let's look at the people we have here. First to my right, we have
MTG Hillbilly.
then below me we have
Tibalts Apprentice wins. Flawless victory.
Something I don't hear enough of.
the next to Tibalt we have
Time to rock! We got the TheoneRAYman.
whoa, TheoneRAYman, everybody. Whoa.
We are here.
We are here. Oh, wake up. Hope you got your coffee, favorite libation, relax. I don't know what you're doing to wake up, maybe stretching, doing little exercises, listening to the Super Fast Tortoise Morning Coffee Show. How you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Can't
Countdown
complain
the
too
days.
much.
15 days to the turtles.
Oh, look, we got Heronsaurus Rex. Look, I've been practicing. Watch.
You got that lip syncing down. Nice.
This is awesome. Hey, Heronsaurus Rex, welcome to the show. And I want to thank you again for that fan art. There is a section on Discord. I know you're not part of Discord, but there's a section on Discord specifically for that. Yeah. She's like, yeah. So there's a section on Discord specifically for fan art because I'm hoping to get enough people who like the channel enough and will not want to post fan art. It's crazy.
I wish I could draw.
Well,
Really.
play a harmonize and maybe you can draw 3 cards. But anyways,
True.
But hey, sometimes they're gifted, sometimes they're not.
Well, that's what AI is for.
No,
It's a
you're very
couple of
welcome.
them,
I'll join the Discord. Sweet.
Cool.
Well, if you need help, it's in the description below. But also, there's a link to the chat. Let me know if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll update the links. But hey, my brain just died. It died. Because today is a chaotic chat and chill day. Normally, when Matt Saxon comes onto the show, I want to have like a plan ready for a specific topic. But yesterday was so infuriating trying to get people for a game.
Aw.
Commander.
That's super sad. What the heck?
And Tibalt didn't show up.
I sure didn't. I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry about this. I should have had this done by now. There we go.
But
Get out of the way.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's getting in the way of my coffee.
Woo. But yeah, no. Tonight's gonna be a Commander game. I don't know what bracket yet. We're gonna try to shoot for and try and get a feeling for it. Oh, what a wonderful evening! It's not. It's morning.
It's afternoon for me.
Yeah, afternoon.
We got early morning here. Not early morning, late morning here.
It's late morning. It's brunch time.
Yeah.
Brunch time, crunch time.
It's coffee time.
I feel it. I feel it. And my friends, it's time to start. Well, it's time to get to that special part of the day where we talk about
Card of the day.
Woo-woo, the card of the day is Risen Reef, brought to us by Ray Mysterio. Well, not what Ray M stands for. Ray Mysterio. I'm kidding. Risen Reef costs a generic a green and a blue. It's a 1/1. This is whenever a Risen Reef or another elemental enters the battlefield under your control. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a line card, you may put it onto the battlefield. If you don't put that card on the battlefield, put it into your hand. This card is a draw engine for elementals.
This card's fantastic. It's in the Dance of the Elements precon that just came out from Lorwyn.
Yep.
And this was one of the very first cards that I bought when I started playing Modern because I wanted to play Elements. I thought it was really cool when I decided to build my own deck because I played Isn't Murktide for a little while and I decided I wanted to build my own deck, so I went Elementals. I love this little guy, and he is surprisingly still very, very good in Commander. He should be a removal magnet, which is crazy for like a 1/1 that costs 3 mana.
Yeah.
But if you let this little thing sit around, he's going to draw somebody a whole bunch of cards and probably put a bunch of lands into play. This is also like if you run the Omnath, where whenever a land enters, you get an elemental, you can just kill yourself with this card. I have done that. Like I had no way to break the loop and just decked myself and died.
Oh, look, we got Cane Shaker in chat. Cane Shaker!
James Willis, Cane Shaker. I shake my cane at the clouds with my fury.
That was awesome.
Wow.
I love that.
That's fantastic.
Cane Shaker, we love you so much. I'm so glad you get to pop in nowadays more often. It's so awesome and amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Risen Reef is such a strong card. Like, I even run this card in a deck that doesn't have a lot of elementals. There's a couple elementals, but not a lot of them. And it kicks butt. He's really good for that ATB effect. And what the hell was that? That's funny. But Risen Reef does awesome things for sure. Yeah, like in chillin, it's a good one of. There's a couple elementals in chillin, but not enough to really warrant running a Risen Reef. But Risen Reef, that ATB ability is so important in that deck. Plus, if you can trigger it and top of chillin, it's pretty cool.
Well, and I mean, worst case scenario is you have a 1/1 blocker for 3 mana that draws you a card, right? Or or if you had a land, it drops a land into play. So he's a good little creature to run in a deck. Even if you only have a few elementals that may trigger him, he himself has a pretty decent trigger.
Yeah, so pretty good, pretty decent. And with that, my friends, we're gonna roll on to the picture of the day. The picture of the day. It's such a Tibalt picture.
Ooh, yay.
Oh.
That's about right. Except I don't have a bandana.
That's right.
2 days in a row, it's just giving random people bandanas.
Right. I don't know why. Like, the funny part about it, it's supposed to be a Ninja Turtle in the picture, but it gave me some bald white guy in the picture with a bandana. And maybe because I said bald. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, because if you want to use a sound effect for me, use the He-Man power yell. I can't do that. I can't really use that without getting in trouble. Like, StreamYard is very particular.
Yep.
But I appreciate that. I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a very accurate picture today. Playing Magic on paper nowadays, they're like, you know, and the demographic was middle-aged, man, like middle-aged. And that's kind of how it is for us middle-aged people. We play more on the computer with our paper Magic than we do anything else. Like we do stream games. That's pretty cool. But with that, that's the picture of the day. Hope you enjoyed that. But now we got to get to the next segment where we talk about. Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day. The question of the day is brought to you by yours truly. Let's see what I had to ask. Super Fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. The question of the day, my friends, is what is one card that you favor and try to play in all the decks you put together? Let me know in the comments below.
Card that goes in every deck, no matter what we play.
Well, the card you try to put in every deck you can.
Well, I make sure that it's an artifact, so it can go in every deck.
Yeah.
And that is my best worst card, which is Elixir of Immortality.
Elixir of Immortality is such a good card. Such a good card.
Well, if I could put a certain card in every deck, I would have to say Sensei's Divining Top.
Right. All right. Have a good day at work, Aaron Source Rex.
Only on 2, but if I had more, they'd be in every deck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a good card. So I don't have any decks that share a color identity. Like that's just like my own personal preference. I try not to keep, like I don't have 2 Simic decks, but I do have a Simic and a Sultai deck, right? But I guess the one card that I have in the most decks is Brainstorm.
Brainstorm.
The fixed Ancestral Recall. That was still so powerful, they had to quit making it.
Right.
Because it was still stupidly good.
Kenny Checker says, win or lose, I like to shake my opponent's hand and say, good game. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Sportsmanship, my friends. Pass it on.
I fist bump, but yeah.
Fist bump. Boom.
I thought that Cane Shaker says if he wins or loses, he shakes his cane at him. And say a good game. That's what I thought he said.
Right. And like the card, one of the cards I like to try to put in my decks if I have a copy of it. Based on most decks I do with like extra draw on them, I like to put a Reliquary Tower in them. Reliquary Tower is not needed in every deck, but like in cards and decks that draw like that 8th or 9th card at least, I like to have it in the deck.
If you have the possibility to draw a bunch of cards, not even if you can do it consistently, but if you have the possibility of drawing a bunch of cards, it's worth putting Reliquary Tower in, because that one game you're going to do it and you're going to be like, oh crap, I don't have Reliquary Tower in this deck. I have no hope of hitting it. That'll happen once. Then suddenly you're going to your favorite TCG store of choice and are buying like 5 Reliquary Towers.
Hillbilly just joking around. A board wipe that says I win. That's FT. That's right.
What I actually thought you were going to say for a card was unexpected results. That's what I figured you would name.
You know, as much as I love the card, I've taken it out of more decks than I do play with it anymore.
What?
Yeah, I know.
But that's your card.
It is my card. They need a copy of the card with a turtle on it too.
Sounds like it was his card.
Yeah, it sounds like it was. It's been replaced.
Yeah, unexpected results cost 2 generic, a green and a blue. It's a sorcery. Says you shuffle your deck, then you reveal the top card of your library. And if it's a land card, put in your hand, then return unexpected results to your hand. Or if it's a non-land card, you can cast that card for free. and you just pitch unexpected results into the graveyard.
Yeah, it's such a great card.
It is a great card. Underrated for the
it's kind of like a self chaos warp, except you don't have to hit something, you just kind of do it.
Yeah,
that's an interesting card.
Mm-hmm. It's from Guildgate set block, I believe, the Gatecrash set.
I got a couple of those.
Mrs. Fiddlesticks, what's up, peeps? That's right.
Hey.
I love how people are just starting to use the word creep correctly in chat. It's amazing. Because people jump in the chat and be like, "Hello, creeps," and I'm like, "Well, creeps is not what we are. We're a creep. Creep is the plural. The plural.
Well, creeps might be what we are, but we're also part of a creep."
If y'all want to know who Mrs. Fiddlesticks is, that's Mrs. Hillbilly.
That's right. Yeah, she just like Hillbilly. They have multiple channels they just pop in on sometimes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. With that, let's get to the show divider.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise. This is a free show on YouTube. It is completely volunteer-based. This program is made possible by viewers like you, and share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And also by contributions made to your Super Fast Tortoise channel and from viewers like you. You all rock. You are awesome.
You're crazy!
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Whoa! You are watching Super Fast Tortoise. That is for sure. For sure. Now we're in the chat and chill segment. We're just chatting and chilling, like we kind of been doing all day, anyways. The tour divider. It lets you know that we put a lot of work into the show, and people volunteer really, really dedicatedly to the show. It's been amazing. It's growing. Yeah, you guys rock. You guys rule.
Well, we did have a discussion before the show, though, about the bracket and commander.
You keep bringing that up, but we've talked about it so many times, and
I know, but this is touching it a little different, though.
How's it touching a little differently, Hillbilly?
Because you cannot judge a deck by its commander, though some people do judge a deck by its commander.
Is this salt territory here?
Yeah, it's salt territory.
Oh no! Well, I'm here just in time. Then, what can I help you with? You sound like you need some spice. We need to add some more to it.
So basically, catch Tibalts up before the show. We had a friend with us, and he's talking about how he bet in bracket 2 deck, and he listed a commander, and the commander is a salt-worthy commander, Baron or something.
Very salt-worthy.
And it sparked up a conversation about how hard it is to build a bracket 2 version of this deck, especially if we're running like a bunch of elves. And I'm like, okay. And it's heated up kind of an argument, not really an argument, but kind of an argument.
A spirited discussion.
Right. A spirited discussion about deck building and bracket systems. And the bracket system we've discussed in length on this channel, like using Gavin's words off his article about the bracket system and pushing that with the bracket system, how to fare that. But some people are talking about judging commander decks. Well, we've also discussed previously that certain commanders spark, Hearthraw, Codis, Baron, Atraxa, and many other cards will spark a lot of attention at the table because people know the basic power level of the deck. Usually,
they know the basic power level of the commander.
Yeah,
they don't know necessarily what's in the deck, but they know what the commander itself is capable of just because it's sitting in the command zone.
Right. And so people usually that
was an integral part of the discussion.
In those cases, people usually kind of target the player playing the commander when playing a commander game who has like the most powerful deck, or commander, and that brings on the boogeyman effect.
Okay, interesting. So are we arguing for or against that? So I mean, do you feel? I guess the question I'm wondering now is, does this mean that generally each of you, here's a question for the day. Do you feel that commanders need a game changer list or I don't want to call it a ban list, but should there be like a game changer list for commanders? And if so, what does that accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
So they had that, right? Like in the very first iteration of the game changers list, we had some commanders that were on the ban list or on the game changers list specifically because they were powerful. Urza, Jigataxius, Kin and Bonder Prodigy, and Yuriko, right? And then in the, well, I don't want to say the last update because that didn't, but in 2 updates ago now, the update at the end of last year, they took those cards off of the game changers list. And the reasoning for taking them off, if you read the article, it specifically says that if those cards are in the command zone, you know what those decks are trying to do. So leaving them on the game changer list because they were such powerful commanders specifically and not as powerful in the 99 is, you know what that deck's trying to do. We don't need these on the game changer list because they're much more of an issue in the command zone as they are in the 99.
Right. And
I think that Gavin, I personally, and while I'm on the other side of this argument from Hillbilly, which is fine, we can agree to disagree. I think Gavin's right. I think that there are some cards that are in the command zone, and you know that just by what that commander does, that deck is going to be good. Now, is it misbracketed? Don't know. Hopefully not, right? And hopefully not. But it is a very powerful card. Know that. Like just going ahead. And that was their reasoning for taking Urza and those off of the game changer list, is because you knew that powerful commander was in the command zone and you knew what the deck was going to try and do.
Mm-hmm.
So a good example of that is the fact that I have a Mizzix deck. But it's the spell slinger one that you get the experience counters and makes your spells even cheaper.
Okay.
But I have not built it in a storm fashion because that's usually the thing. It's lots of extra turn cards. And you're trying to storm off and take multiple extra turns. I may have a extra turn card or 2 in there, whatever, but I have built it suboptimally because I'm lame. No, because that's kind of why. But I never spent the effort and energy to build it up. So,
right,
if I show up at a table and I'm targeted because they say, "Oh, you're playing Mizzix, we're going to kill you." Whose fault is that? I mean, is that, should I not even show up at the table with it, or because it's a powerful commander, or should I expect the hate to come in my direction?
Well, like imagine this: there's an archetype that has a stereotype, and that's Voltron, particular mini dog meat. I can't remember. Cloud, maybe. Cloud?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Cloud X Soldier is a very powerful Voltron commander.
Yeah, Voltron in general gets a lot of hate because they look at the commander like, oh, we know what that deck's going to do. It's going to try to win really quick with big, powerful stuff. And so people pick on that creature before they lose, or that character, that player before they lose, because the archetype's there. And it's really difficult to like make a good judgment of a deck. But like if you remember, like Hillbilly remembers this, I didn't build the exact Rafik of the mini deck again, but I built a bracket 2 version of the deck, and it still was pretty powerful, and I give it away as a channel giveaway. In fact, Cosmic Seeds won that. It was insane.
Nice.
But yeah, I built a commander deck, gave it away, and it was pretty optimized for a bracket 2. But like it was a bracket 2 deck. Still, like my Rafik of the Mini is technically bracket 2 because there's no infinite combos, a lot of game changers in it. Well, no, there's one game changer in it. That's it. But like I listed as a bracket 3, and but like I played the deck on the game table, showed people the table, but like it's a powerful deck because the archetype, but the stereotype is it's going to win faster. And like if you remember a while back ago on one of the videos that Gavin was talking to people about bracket system, they brought up that what about Voltron, and they're like that's a whole different subclass, and then they basically said we don't know how to gauge that like right now.
Well, and Voltron's one of those things that if you do not interact with it, it will kill you fast.
Yeah, that's right.
You as the table, and I'm not saying you have to kill the Voltron player first. I actually think that that's not necessary because Voltron, of all of the like kind of powerful archetypes, right? Voltron is the easiest one to disrupt,
right?
Because most of the time you have 1 to 2 creatures, and you're putting equipment on them, and they're swinging, right?
Right.
Very easy to disrupt. Now, not necessarily super easy to completely stop, but very easy to disrupt. And I also think that does kind of lead to some Voltron players getting wins because they're like, they're fine right now. And then all of a sudden you hit something really crazily.
Right.
But like Gilgamesh, for example, for those of you who don't know what Gilgamesh does, Gilgamesh is a mono red Voltron commander from Final Fantasy. And when he enters the battlefield or attacks, you flip the top 6 cards of your library over. You put any equipment that you get into play, and then you can equip one of them to him. Gilgamesh is the one player sitting at the table that's playing Voltron that I will kill immediately. And I would suggest, because you don't know what he's going to flip, right? When he ETBs, he flips. And if he were to hit something like Colossus Hammer, and then he attacks, and he hits something that gives him double strike, somebody's dead, right? Like somebody's going to just die,
right?
But other Voltron commanders, we played a game on stream just Monday night where Evan played Dogmeat and Cloud. We played 2 games, so he played Dogmeat in one and Cloud in the other. And Evan didn't get targeted, even though he was building smartly and playing the game well. He never got targeted. So I think Voltron is one of those that you just have to keep an eye on.
Right.
There are very, very powerful archetypes out there that would garner far more attention. Somebody's playing artifacts, they immediately have my eye because there's so many good, powerful artifact combos. But to go back to what we were talking about, I contest that there are some commanders that are very difficult, not impossible. I don't think anything in Magic's truly impossible, but I think there are some commanders that are very difficult to build into certain brackets just because they themselves are so inherently powerful.
Right.
Like Vivi, for example. Vivi's hard to build at bracket 3. Like I had to really work hard to make that deck bracket 3. I think it's almost impossible to build it at bracket 2 unless you're just not playing instants and sorceries. Like you're just playing, it's a creature deck that has Vivi at the helm for some reason. Because you get so much value out of every single non-creature spell you play. You're just plinking the table for 1, and then he's going to make you a bunch of mana, right?
Right.
But I think that those commanders, I don't remember how many commanders there are. There's 1,500 or something cards that are eligible to be commanders in Magic the Gathering. Yeah. I would say it's it's a 1/10 of 1%. It's maybe 20 cards out of every single commander that we have access to that I think that it's just difficult to build at lower brackets. But again,
so I guess I'm curious, since I missed that part of the discussion, I'm curious where the discussion went from there then. Was it somebody was arguing that they should be able to play it at a lower bracket or higher, or what was the...
well, the show started, so we didn't get to finish. But I think I can. Well, I'll let Hillbilly give his side. Hillbilly, please.
All right. Any commander can be. I feel like any commander can be a bracket 2. But you don't know what bracket a deck is until you play it to see how it plays out.
Right. Then
you put it into a bracket. Otherwise, it doesn't fall into any bracket until it's played. So nobody knows exactly.
Right. And I agree that it can be. I just think again, my argument was it would just be difficult. It's almost impossible, but again, nothing in Magic is impossible.
Just like I'm gonna throw up an example too. Codis, the Painkeeper. Salty Commander, yes. AI built, yes. Bracket 2, yes. Can
Right.
CODIS get in and steal some stuff? Yeah, that's what the commander does. But it can be also be blocked, and it can,
Right,
and there
and
is still removal out there for it.
Sure.
Yeah. And when me and HILLBILLY talked about CODIS specifically, I told him, I'm like, you avoided doing what makes CODIS incredibly powerful, which is just load your deck down with ways to give him avoidance and make him bigger, right? He absolutely does run some ways, which you'd be crazy not to, right? Like you obviously want to give him some ways to make him unblockable, some ways, give him flying or things that let him get around blockers to do damage. But when he gets too powerful for bracket two power is when the deck is just equipment, protection, and ways to give him avoidance, right? And that's when the deck goes from a lower power level at it like a 2, like HILLBILLY's deck is, up to a 3 and beyond.
Yeah. What do you think of Nekuzar as a commander, Rayman?
Nekuzar is actually a very, very interesting commander. I actually think that you can build Nekuzar at bracket 2 because you're basically building it like group hug with a little bit of plink, right? I really like Nekuzar. Where Nekuzar gets really, really annoying in higher power is if you're running just a ton of wheel effects plus multiple Nekuzar effects, multiple when your opponents draw, they take damage effects. And then you can even run Nekuzar in bracket 4 if you're running things that say like, hey, your opponents can't draw more than one card a turn. So then you're wheeling and they're just like, you're basically playing, instead of playing him as a draw, you're just playing him as like mass discard.
Right. Yeah.
I love Nekuzar. I don't have one, but I always enjoy playing against Nekuzar.
I have all the wheels in it.
Yeah. So Cane Shaker's deck is not a bracket 2 deck, but welcome to the bracket 3 table I sit down at.
So I want to show you guys the commander since we're on this topic.
Okay.
And
put the glasses on.
Right. Put the glasses on. Get ready to study it.
Okay.
I want you to I want you to give me your first impressions of after reading the card. And now, if you need me to explain the card, let me know.
Okay.
Whenever the fourth spell, what do? Counter the first spell a player made by each opponent each turn. Oh, okay. Did you say that? I don't think this can actually be a commander, can it?
Yeah, it's a legendary creature.
Legendary. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, so sorry. The top part's legendary. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whenever you play a fourth spell of a turn is played. I mean, I think this card is just pretty good. Playing four spells at lower bracket levels is incredibly difficult.
Not really.
So,
put Cheerios in there.
I mean, like, if you're playing Cheerios or something, sure.
Yeah.
But early game playing multiple spells, like this is a 2 mana cost commander, right? So this thing can come out pretty quickly.
Right. But like, just like this, I think this is a perfect card to kind of gauge.
Yep.
When you're looking at trying to figure out the power level, because like you see this commander, your first thought is, oh my crap, this is going to be a spells matter shenanigans deck.
Yep.
But you could build this deck full of counter spells,
Yep.
or you can build this deck full of draw spells.
Right.
But
now if it's full of draw spells, I would say it probably fit into maybe a bracket 3.
But what if
Or
it's full of
4?
counter spells?
4 counter spells?
It's worse. I think it's worse
Yeah.
if it's just full of counter spells because then you're just 1-for-1ing a bunch of people.
Right.
And that's bad. That's bad. If you just want to 1-for-1 3 of your opponents all game, that's a losing proposition.
And it's reactionary.
Spells is worse. Yeah, certainly. Yeah. No, I think you could absolutely build this commander at multiple levels. Again, I think it gets more. I think HILLBILLY's right. I think HILLBILLY's absolutely right when he says that it's, if you filled it full of just draw spells, I think it's a bracket 3 deck.
Right.
Because you could run all the cheap cantrips, right? You run Ponder and Sleight of Hand and Brainstorm and Brain Surge and just a bunch of really cheap draw spells, and then it flips. And then you're like, okay, you either better have a bunch of uncounterable stuff, or I'm just going to counter the first thing you play every turn.
Right. Yeah. So that was just a little exercise in trying to gauge a deck. or commander, right? You see that commander, you're like, oh my god, it's going to kind of the first spell every turn once it flips.
But you really can't. Yeah, but you really can't judge that unless the deck is played because you don't know what's in the deck.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe you got to play a deck.
Yeah,
but
I mean, and unless you're breaking one of the guidelines for the bracket, right? So if there's no game changers in the deck, right? Then I look at it and go, okay, this probably could be a bracket 2. But you put one game changer in it, well, okay, you're not in bracket 2 anymore, right? Mm-hmm. It's just the way the guidelines work. So if you're within all the guidelines, I absolutely agree that you need to play a deck to see how it plays to figure out which bracket you're in. Mm-hmm. Guidelines notwithstanding, well, if you're within all the guidelines, then the deck needs to be played to figure out where it falls.
Right. And yes, and like I said, we talked about this before. When you build the deck, you can build a core 2 deck, but you got to play test it. You do got to play test it. Because what if it's a bracket 3 deck or a bracket 4 deck based off Gavin's words in his document about the bracket system?
Yeah. And my Bugenhagen deck is a prime example of this. It has no game changers in it. It has no fast mana. I might have a Soul Ring in it, but it has no fast mana in it. Beyond that, it has 6 non-basic lands, and again, no game changer, so it doesn't run Gaia's Cradle or anything like that. And when I put it into Moxfield is like, hey, this is a bracket 2. And I go, no, it isn't. No, it's not. I went up and manually set that to bracket 3 because the bracket 2 guideline says that you should be expected to play 8 turns before somebody dies. If my deck hasn't killed somebody, at least one person by the 8th turn, I'm in trouble.
Right.
I'm in real trouble. You like in Bugenhagen is a very unassuming commander, right? Just a mana dork in the command zone, who may let me draw a card if I control a creature with power 7 or greater during my turn. I get 1 card draw out of him. So I agree that you definitely cannot judge a deck solely based on its commander, but it can give you an idea. Also have to be honest again. Moxfield was like, hey, this is a bracket 2. And I'm like, no, it isn't.
Yeah. TCGdudes says he exercises his right to lift his coffee to his face. But yeah, because like you can look at deck lists. You can look at deck lists and kind of gauge a deck, but like until you see it play, and a deck can play both good or bad too. We've seen that happen many times. Like I was watching Pain Lab down there play a deck, and it fumbled during a game. I've seen Hillbilly play a deck, and it fumbled during a game. I've played a game, and it fumbled. But the deck power level is still pretty high on these decks.
And I guess we also want to talk about the fact that it's about the experience that we create, as well as the fact that we're dealing with a small sample size when we're only playing 1 game.
Right.
And it can be some bad matchups. So that doesn't necessarily set for, it gives us an idea of playing the game. But again, if you feel targeted and stuff, you're maybe not going to get an accurate feeling for the game because there's going to be bias built into it.
Right.
Kane Checker asks, is anyone going to comment about Hillbilly's floating head around? Well, that's because he's an airhead.
That's right.
It was best when Mrs. Hillbilly was standing behind him because it just looked like she was holding him there.
That's right, holding the head. Like I tore off Hillbilly's head.
I think there are commanders that people build that they need to go in understanding are going to draw unwanted attention. We have somebody who plays locally here who every single commander he builds, everybody who sits down across from him just goes, oh, God, again. And it's not because the decks are super powerful. It's just that his commander does something really annoying, right? Like he's built Maha in the command zone. He's built Kudo in the command zone. He has a Codis deck that is very much, it's Hillbilly. His Codis deck is like the definition of a CODIS deck. It's all avoidance. It's all big stompy things. It wants to hit you for 10 and steal 10 of your cards and play it, right? His is absolutely the bracket 3 version of the deck.
Right.
And he's just like, well, I sit down at the table, and if I get targeted, that means I get to another game sooner. And I go, yeah, but how many times do you just want to die first before you build like a different commander that everybody doesn't just immediately hate off the table?
Right.
I guess it's different. It's different for us because we do play a lot of games. We're on Stream Table or on Spell Table or Convoke, I think is what you guys are using now too. You get one game in, maybe a second game if the first game goes super fast.
Right.
So I do think that there are people who play commanders that get a lot of unwanted attention. Sorry, go ahead.
I got other cards to go in my CODIS deck that can bring the bracket level up, but I choose not to play them.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, and I think that's another good point too. Is like, where do you feel comfortable playing? Because, like I said, I'm generally playing casual, and so my Mizzix deck is just that. I didn't go for the win. I didn't decide to go hard and to put in all the extra turns and stuff like that. So it's you personally, I feel, have to be very comfortable with what you want your intended experience to be.
Oh yeah, like if you're gonna be a bracket 2 man when it comes to playing Magic, or a woman, if you're gonna be a bracket 2 player, one thing I learned that you have to do is you have to set the parameters when looking for a game, especially on like Convoke or Spell Table. Like I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but in Discord when I'm looking for certain brackets, I put in my requirements of what is a bracket 2 or bracket 3 deck. And like yesterday is the first time I put in the bracket system clip, like a little picture of the bracket 2 for core 2 yesterday on top of my demands for the game in the picture, so people got a better understanding what I'm looking for. So right. I think communication in a game is one of the biggest things you're looking for when you're trying to find a game, or what kind of game you're wanting and what kind of player you might be. And Oscar says, and hello Oscar, opinion on Animar Soul of Elements. As a commander, I made him a bracket 4. He's pretty good.
He's absolutely powerful. He's super powerful. He's in good colors, right? He's in Teamer. And for those who don't know what Animar does, whenever you cast a creature spell, you put a 1/1 counter on him, and then all creature spells you cast cost 1 generic less for each counter on him. He's also pro white and pro black, maybe?
Black, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Which makes him very hard to remove, especially once he gets a few counters on him, because then he's just out of like regular burn range.
Right.
And your spot removal spells do not kill him. Most spot removal just doesn't kill him, right? Path, swords, deadly rollick, all that stuff he's just flat immune to. Animar, very powerful card. Very good commander.
K-Sugar says, I have a Doretti Scrap Savant deck that people don't concern themselves with until I get it rolling. Ooh.
Nice.
Now, is Scrap Savant, is that the Planeswalker, or is that the one from Ether Drift?
I think Scrap
Savant. He's not a
Planeswalker. They can run as a commander.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously some can. I actually really like the Doretti Planeswalker. I ran him in my Iron Man deck. But when the bracket system came out, I was already on the edge about taking him apart. But he was a Voltron commander, right? And as we've talked about, Voltron is either you answer it or you die fast.
Yeah. Yes, Planeswalker. There you go.
And Iron Man has flying, right? He's a Voltron commander that has flying built into him, and his ability says, hey, sacrifice this artifact that you don't care about anymore, and then go find a really cool equipment to throw on Iron Man and crump people with him.
Yeah.
So I just had a hard time keeping him in bracket 3, so I took him apart.
Yeah, like I'd like to build my decks and get bracket 3 systems. One deck I have bracket 4. I want to upgrade to more bracket 4 style deck. But like that's the only deck I have a bracket 4. Well, 2 decks I have bracket 4, but they're very slow decks. So I feel comfortable in the bracket 3 range most of the time. Bracket 3 range. And the only reason why decks are bracket 4 is because there's like little infinite combos in them. Infinite.
Yep.
Because Tortoise likes to go infinite with his shells.
So I guess I missed the point where the spirited debate got started in, as far as whether we were arguing for or against these type of commanders, or
Well, I was on the it's very difficult to build them at lower power levels side of it, and Hillbilly was on the other side.
Right.
Although our disagreement was that I think Hillbilly's right that you can play any commander at a bracket 2. My problem was I think it's very difficult to build certain commanders at a bracket 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was my thing. Now again, it's not all of them. It's a very small amount, and it's difficult, not impossible, right? Because you could, like Markov, for example. I don't know how you build Markov personally. I don't know how you build Markov at a bracket 2 unless you just don't play a bunch of vampires. Because every time you play a vampire, you're getting 2 creatures.
Right.
And in bracket 2, where you have much less interaction, there's no free interaction really in bracket 2. I think that's very hard to deal with. Just being able to just go, okay, I'm gonna tap 2 mana and get 2 creatures out of this every single turn. I think that's very, very powerful for bracket 2.
So does that feel like it shouldn't? So I'm speaking just in generalities here then, but does that mean that you feel that Mark Edgar should not be a bracket 2 commander?
No, I think if you can sit down and you can build that deck at bracket 2 and it plays like a genuine bracket 2, then that's amazing. You have done something that I think is very difficult. I would be more impressed than I would ever be anything else. Like, oh, it'd be amazing. I would love to genuinely see it if you built a Markov deck that you would say, hey, this is a Markov deck, but it plays at bracket 2. I would absolutely love it.
So he builds his decks at bracket 6, CEDH.
Beyond CEDH.
So then the question would be, how would you interact with that in the game? Would you wait to see what the person does, or would you go after the person expecting it to be higher?
Well, I would absolutely talk to them beforehand, right? Like if I sit down and somebody's playing
the best,
Markov at bracket 2,
the best answer, yes, for sure.
I would be like, okay, talk to me.
What's going on here? What are you doing?
Yeah, and if it's somebody that I don't know, I'd be very much willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. But there are some people who I do know who I'd be like, bro, there's no, I'm not. No. Let me kill you, and then I'll look through your deck and let's see if I made a mistake or not.
Kane Checker says we don't need no stinking brackets.
We don't need no stinking brackets.
Now,
Right.
What were you going to say, Hillbilly?
all right, what about like say something that will change a game to a person's favor, but they can't play it till late game? How would you bracket that?
I mean, I guess it depends on what it. Well, it depends on what it is.
Like maybe turn 5 or turn 6.
Like how much?
Wait. Let me throw this at you, Hillbilly. What if I got Biorhythm, an 8 mana costing sorcery that says people lose the game if they lose life equal to the amount of creatures they control? That's 8 mana. That's a late game spell. But we played against a deck. Well, I don't know I don't think you were there. But we played against a deck that could play that spell turn 2, turn 3.
It was crazy town.
Right.
That deck was nuts.
So the way late game interaction plays is based on how your deck plays it.
Okay.
Yeah, because like 8 mana, it seems like a lot of mana, right? But you can turbo out 8 mana pretty fast, even just playing basics. But again, I think it depends on what the spell does, and Biorhythm is a game changer, right? So you're not playing Biorhythm at bracket 2 anyways.
Right.
Let's say they take Biorhythm off the game changer list because it is an 8 mana cost spell, right? So they take Biorhythm off the game changer list. If somebody says, hey, look, I'm playing, this is a legit bracket 2 deck. Biorhythm's off the game changer list, so that doesn't bump it up to 3. This is a legit bracket 2 deck. And I have Biorhythm deck. I'm be like, oh, okay, cool. Because I'm not expecting them to power it out and be able to do a board wipe and then Biorhythm in the same turn. Because that's where Biorhythm is powerful, is when you can do a board wipe that blows up all your opponent's creatures. you have one indestructible creature, and then you cast Biorhythm, and everybody goes to 0, and you go to 1, and you win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Cane Shaker says, I do have some advice for those who play against SFT. Take him out first and fast.
I like to lean into that every time I play.
Yep.
Oscar says, one of the combos I have with Animar is Peregrine Drake. Nice. And Team Saber. Oh, yeah. That's why I have to tell my opponents before the game. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're playing this in bracket 4, you know, I mean, obviously, some people may ask, but if you're playing bracket 4, they expect there to be infinite combos like the Drake or Palancron. I think Palancron's actually the better choice because you can just bounce him back to your hand without needing another card. You just need Animar and Palancron, and you make infinite mana.
Right. And TCG agrees with the bracket systems being gone. That's right. Whoa, my friends.
No.
No. It can't be. No, time arms back. We got to get to this segment.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the crew.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Ooh-wee. It's been a day. It's been
Time
an hour.
flies.
It has been a day.
Yeah. It's early morning. It's the morning. Well, now it's 10 minutes till noon, and we gotta get to the show section, and I gotta get out of here. We're gonna start the show section with Tibalts Apprentice.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm glad that I was here. We did we chat and chill? I think we did. We talked Magic, but that's okay. So anything Tibalts Apprentice you can find at darkritual.site. You can find my Instagram, my TCG player store, just everything's there. So go to that one spot. You can see my blog. You can see, there we go. There's everything. I need to get back to that. I'm gonna have to cut these mutton chops off and get that soul patch going. Get that Van Dyke. I don't even know what it is at this point. I'm a woolly willy. I get my wife just cut the hair and see whatever she comes up with. Anyhow, thanks again for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. With that, we're gonna roll over to Rayman.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Thanks everybody who tuned in. I am here at Mr. B's Game Lounge. This is where you can find us. We have F&M tomorrow night. On Saturday night, we're going to have Magic leading up to our Valentine's Day karaoke. So if you're looking for something to do with your significant other that isn't necessarily Magic related, but still fun for a Valentine's Day, you can check us out. We are on YouTube at Mr. B's Game Lounge. We have our Commander games up, and starting next week or this coming week, so just five or so days from now, we will be starting our new format, which is King of the Hill and Commander Precons. So we have all that going on. Check us out, and I'm on a 23-hour break. See y'all mañana.
Hey, with that, we're gonna roll over to Hillbilly.
Hey, it's Hillbilly, the floating head today. On February the 25th, I will be playing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Arena. So if you want to check that stream out, make sure you tune in on February 25th. I'm also taking decks over on my Discord, and to get that Discord link, you got to come to my stream this afternoon at 2 o'clock, because I'll be streaming at 2 o'clock this afternoon every day. And on Wednesdays, we're doing viewer battle. And if you don't sign up, I'm taking that day off. But you can sign up for viewer battles for Wednesday afternoon. You can sign up. The sign-ups are going on right now, but it happens every Wednesday afternoon. If you're interested, make sure to be a part of the Discord where you can play a game of Standard or Historic against me on Arena.
Sounds good. With that, everybody, it's Super Fast Tortoise. Tonight we're going to try to throw a bracket 3 game tonight. I think bracket 3 is about where we're going to sit. We'll see. We'll try to figure it out. But at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, if we can't get a game together, I will go do a chat and chill live tonight. But with that in mind, hit that subscribe button, like button. I want to thank everybody who subscribed today and everybody who liked the video. You guys rock, you guys roll. I'll remind you that you're awesome and amazing. And I want to thank you, channel members and subscribers, for growing and supporting the channel the way you guys do. Liking the videos and sharing the videos and everything you do, commenting. You guys are amazing. And yes, And yes, with that, I'll remind you that you're loved. So I'm thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today. With that, my friends, have a good one. Whoa. I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's